She is. Oh my God. Say hello to all the way from Jakarta, Indonesia. Please say hello to Miss Universe Indonesia 2024, Clara Shah.
Hello,
Hello, Clara.
everyone. Hi, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am doing good.
Oh,
I just, I am really, I'm really amazed. I still couldn't believe our luck that you and your organization, Miss Universe Indonesia organization, allowed us, me and Sash Factor, me here for Sash Factor doing this interview with you. So
it's such an
thank you so
honor. I
much.
think we're the ones who should be thanking you. It's a privilege.
Yes. Thank you for inserting us to your very busy and hectic schedule right now. Hello? Yeah, there. So the honor is mine actually. So Clara, how have you been since your crowning moment?
Actually, I've been amazing. I would say it's definitely been a few hectic, exciting days. Every day we have a new schedule. My team from Miss Universe Indonesia has been prepping me very well. So every single day we have training or I have some event to attend. And even though I would say that I have gotten some rest after the competition. So right after boot camp, me and the girls, we flew to Singapore to attend Miss Universe Singapore. It was absolutely amazing. We got to sit in the audience and see it from a different perspective. So I would say that was both work and also resting time for us girls. But then once I got back to Jakarta, it's been work, training. So I can't wait to see how the final outcome will be for me and Indonesia.
Wow, yeah. So I assume it has already sunk in you that you are already the brand new Miss Universe Indonesia.
I would say so. I mean, I definitely think that it's a privilege to be representing a whole nation. It still hasn't hit me. Every day I wake up and realize I carry Indonesia's name through this pageant, but also throughout my daily life. And now it's definitely hit me. I get greeted by pageant lovers or just by Indonesians who support me throughout this journey. So I would say that's one of the highest blessings.
What has been the most favorite moment of your Miss Universe journey so far?
Mm, I would say that I think there's two. The first would be my self-growth. So I'm so determined and driven to enhance my self-growth. Like it's been truly a journey from my teenage years until now throughout my adulthood that I've been trying to always better myself every day. And what I've learned from this pageant, even though it's only been plus minus 1 month since I auditioned, I have I really feel that I've bettered myself in every way possible. And throughout the boot camp, especially, there's the second part that's definitely a favorite to me. It would be the girls, the people, the judges that I met. They're truly amazing people. So I think anyone that's involved in this pageant industry, this pageant world, they have genuine intentions and everyone is so driven but also supportive. So even to this day, we're all just friends. We're all still communicating. So even though the competition for Indonesia is over, we're still a very big family and we love each other.
So it has been a life transforming experience for you so far.
I feel like every day of my life is life changing, life transforming, but Miss Universe Indonesia, it truly changed my life in such a short time span as well. So let's see what this next 1 month will bring our road to Mexico.
What I'm curious to ask, what sort of messages have you been getting from your public since winning Miss Universe Indonesia?
I would definitely say it's a lot of love and support. So the people who did have faith in me, they're still hyping me up. They're still pushing me to be my best. And if there is any input or, as I would say, constructive criticism, me and my team, we definitely take this deeply. We definitely analyze everything and we put it into our training program. So whatever comments or feedback we get, even from pageant lovers or pageant portals, we definitely put this as inputs and we use this to better myself.
I like that you are having a great time preparing for the competition because, let's face it, we just got crowned uh, 10 days ago, and the
Yes.
competition is happening a month from now. So normally
Yeah.
it's now is the crunch time, but you don't seem to look at it from such a, oh my God, I need to do it, everything all at once. You look so calm, you look so poised, doing this interview with me. So
Oh,
yeah, I credit you for your calmness. Is it something
thank you so
in
much.
you that you're always like that when you're performing under a high pressure situation?
I would say because I've been in the modeling or acting industry for a good 5 years now, I'm accustomed to stress. I'm accustomed to all the hecticness, and I would say I'm handling this very well. It's a new industry, a new category for me, but truth is, I have a lot of supporters. I have a lot of, well, I would say now a fan base, and seeing them hype me up calms me down. So my advocacy is mental health, and I believe this is one of the reasons why I'm processing all of this in a gentle or a yeah, patient matter, because I know how to control my mind. I know how to, be aware of everything around me. So this is how I process it. Yeah.
For it, yeah, I'm getting it now. So I feel like, the limelight, your
Yes.
exposure to the limelight in the public limelight has really helped you in a good stead.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Has you mentioned earlier you have been a model and been in the limelight for quite some time. So I assume joining Miss Universe Indonesia is part of your childhood dream.
I would definitely see that it is a part of my childhood dream, mostly because Miss Universe Indonesia or the global platform aligns with my values. So I would say that since I was a child, I've always looked up to role models, especially like female empowers, or yeah, basically these public speakers. And the fact that I get to be one of these now, it's truly a dream come true. So I went into this competition knowing that I would be able to express my voice. I would be able to share my messages and my values that a lot of people praise for. So even through a span of a few days, people are listening to my voice, they're listening to what I have to say. And I do believe that this is one of my childhood dreams. And if I get to bring this onto the global stage, then I know my inner child will be more than happy and more than proud.
So does this feel like a dream job for you right now?
It does feel like a dream, maybe because I have not been able to like have a breath or like take a pause. So it keeps on going, but I feel like it's adrenaline. It's a part of the rush. It's a beautiful dream.
Maybe you came in such a maybe your candidacy is coming in such a perfect time wherein whether whether you admit it or not, you must have prepared for this thing for quite a long time. So when the title or crown went to you, everything just went or fell into its right places. Because
Yeah.
like you said earlier, you've been out in the public limelight, you've been advocating for mental health. So this feels like just an application of whatever you have been doing for quite some time.
Exactly. I do feel like all of my life choices are more like stepping stones towards my ultimate dream or my ultimate, yeah, goal. So joining Miss Universe, joining the pageantry with a such a short notice as well, I think that it was just something off my checking list that I'm just so proud to have accomplished. And yeah, I do feel like the years of being a model or being a social media influencer helped me prep for this. Yes.
Looking at you, I mean, listening to you right now, it doesn't feel like you're advocating for mental health, but it doesn't feel like you went through a difficult phase in your life.
Mhm.
So I assume this mental health advocacy is stemming from your personal experience.
Definitely, yeah. I believe that every person, every human being, I'm sure, has gone through some sort of mental health issues, whether it be small or big. Perhaps they just don't know about it, or well, it's a stigma, especially in Asia, to not be
Mm.
open about it.
Ex-
So my personal experience would definitely be more along the lines of anxiety and depression, because I had to move a lot. I had to grow up in different countries, so every couple of years as a child, I would have to adjust to new surroundings, make new friends again. And the accumulation of this over the years, definitely, I would say it took a hit to my mental health, especially throughout my teenage years. So everyone knows how it's hard to fit in, but to be the outsider over and over again, it's definitely tough. And I know that back then I didn't know what my passion was. Everyone's confused in life, but after moving back here to Indonesia and finding my passion as a fashion brand owner, as a model, now as Miss Universe Indonesia, I feel like all the puzzle pieces that confused me definitely is being put together now. And the fact that I've gone through mental health, I would say, yes, surroundings, and that I'm educated on this, I definitely want to bring this to everyone's attention that it's okay to not be okay. And I hope with my platform, our safe space, we can help people communicate more and be open about this. Yeah.
How were you able to overcome it? Because yeah, you mentioned about your upbringing, your background. So it must have been difficult for you to be switching. Because let's face it, when I hear people like you talk about their cosmopolitan lifestyle, I would always think, oh my gosh, she must have lived in so many different countries. She's been living a cosmopolitan lifestyle, traveling from one country to another, befriending so many people. But then on the flip side, if I think about it, yeah, you have to adjust to a lot of different cultures. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yes.
Mindsets, overcoming cultural barriers in the process at
Mhm.
such a young age. And I didn't know that it could also contribute to one's mental health.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's definitely more of a gray area. So it's not black or white. Of course, I'm grateful for the opportunities. I mean, maybe that's also a plus point for Miss Universe Indonesia. Why I finally am crowned as this the highest title is because I understand a lot of cultures. I grew up in different countries, so if I am to bring Indonesia to a global scale, I know how to communicate, I know how to bond, and I know how to adapt to new surroundings. So that's definitely the blessing. But yeah, as I mentioned, the I would say tougher parts of moving around a lot and experiencing all of these different nations would be the adaptation. But I do not regret any of it. I'm more than grateful that I went through these tough times because it's built me, it's shaped me to who I am to be today. And yeah, I carry this pride and this strength with me every single day.
I envy girls like you who has already overcome that particular phase in their lives, only for them to, you know, to go kind of go over it, or kind of meet, quote unquote, go through that kind of problem again, given the profession that you chose to embark. Because you are a celebrity in your own right. There you're a public figure there in Indonesia, and let's face it, you know public figures like you are always subject to scrutiny, on social media specifically. So I wonder, how have you been handling your mental health? How have you been dealing with your online bashers, if any?
Well, I mean, I think that by joining this pageantry, we kind of knew what we're walking into. I mean, with the spontaneous, I would say, rise of attention or exposure, I think we kind of predict what would happen. I mean, it would be kind of unrealistic to have everyone on our side, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. So I believe through the power of social media, everyone has the freedom to have their opinions, to have their freedom of speech. And I think this is one part of my mental health advocacy would be to teach and to educate that words do matter. Perhaps to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. But I also understand that as a public figure, as you mentioned, we cannot control everyone. We cannot control this. So how I adapt is that I just take the, I would say, useful input, the helpful feedback. Not everyone is giving harsh critics. They're more like communicating like, Clara, if you could do this, please do this. I will definitely read it. I will comment. I will be supportive as well. So it's definitely, it goes two ways. So everyone may express what they have to say or what they feel. It's just a matter of how you communicate it.
So if I relate that to your Miss Universe candidacy right now, so are you active on reading the comments on your social media accounts? Like how, yeah. Like how do you handle that? Like if someone, if you see some bad comment about you, so how do you process such things in order for it not to get in your system?
Well, I think that comes with my mental strength. I mean, this is why I have my advocacy of shape your mind. So, by training myself through the years, especially in the modeling industry, people point out your flaws. There's no such thing as a perfect human being, right? So, I'm definitely accustomed to people not finding me to be perfect, and that's totally normal. There's beauty in imperfections, right? So, I don't find it harmful to be reading the comments because sometimes there is definitely useful feedback. However, how I cope with, let's say, hate comments or hate speech, I mean, you just got to move on. You just got to breathe and let it go because we can't please everyone. We're human. As long as I am fine with myself, I'm proud of myself, and obviously I do love myself, then that's good enough for me.
Sometimes, I envy. I want to be in people in your shoes who has lived a cosmopolitan lifestyle because I don't know if you'll kind of agree with me from my observation that if you tend to be exposed to different cultures, you become tolerant of other people's cultures and beliefs, and nothing kind of shocks you on face value. I mean, if it happens, it feels like, from how I'm looking at you right now, you kind of, given what you went through, you kind of know the battles that you choose to face.
Exactly, but I do think that I like challenges. I like being put under pressure. I mean, that's the only way we can grow, right? I could avoid all of this. I could just be living humbly, not in the spotlight. But truth is, the only way we can grow is, yeah, if we face challenges. Because even if we do fail or we do come against obstacles, then it's only a matter of time until we know what we did wrong and we'll learn from this. So
I
yeah,
see.
I really, yeah, yeah.
I see that. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Because the mere fact that you joined Miss Universe Indonesia, and you know how Indonesia has a huge fandom when it comes to pageantry.
Mm.
So you know what you're signing up for.
Exactly, exactly. Even though it still was a shock to be crowned and overnight getting so much attention, yeah, I would say that I was mentally prepared for this.
What do you think the judges saw in you? That's why they crowned you that night.
Ooh, this is a spicy question. Perhaps a lot of the fan base would like to know as well, yeah.
Me, if you will ask me, I think they saw you being a good communicator. Because when I saw your audition video, oh my God, this
Oh,
girl can speak.
thank
There's
you.
clarity in there's clarity in clarity, Clara, clarity. There's
Clarity, Clara's
clarity
clear,
and
yes.
sincerity in her words. You're
Exactly.
not just basic, you're not just, saying words, but you actually mean it. And there's I don't know if someone already commented this thing to you, but when you speak, you have this tendency to pull in people and listen. And I don't know if it has something to do with your
Yeah.
proficiency in English. That's why it's so easy to listen to you. But yeah, that's something. That's your charisma. That's your charm.
Thank you. I would agree. I would say that a lot of people have complimented me on my genuinity because once again, truth is I went into this competition for yeah, for my self-growth and to achieve a greater purpose, which is to spread awareness for mental health and to communicate with young girls since that has always been my dream. My dream is to be a spokesperson and to be a role model for younger girls.
Yes.
So I believe that throughout the entire competition, I always stayed genuine. I tried to better myself in a lot of categories through training and through boot camp, but in the end, whatever I expressed or how I felt, how I communicated, it always just remained me. So it's more of like polishing my original state, but not changing it, if you understand. So yeah, a lot of people know me for being genuine, for having a kind heart, for always trying to help others, putting others, before myself. But yeah, I believe that this is maybe one of the reasons why the judges chose me.
Since you want to become a spokesperson for a lot of young girls, so what do you think are the common misconceptions within the realm of mental health that you would like to further educate people about?
I would definitely say that mental health, it's more common than you think. There's a lot of statistics proving how in Indonesia, Asia, worldwide, almost everyone goes through mental health. And the only way to cope with it is to educate on on the whole category of mental health. I mean, how I overcame it was by reading and by understanding by watching self-help videos, reading self-help books. It's not as complicated as it sounds. So the minute you dive into that realm, you know how to truly love yourself, your mind, your body, connecting it all as one. It sounds very spiritual, very
Yes.
meditational, but that's the reality. It's not just a short-term change or alter, but it's definitely a long-term investment for your life. Mental health is very important, and I believe that because I am so invested and I care about my mental health, this is why I'm here as Miss Universe Indonesia. It's brought me this far.
If there is a young girl watching us right now who's currently depressed, who's sad, probably from peer pressure
Mhm.
or, for lack of self-confidence, what is the most basic thing that you could advise her to get to overcome that problem at such a young age? Without, because if you tell her, read self-help books, but
Yes.
I
Yeah.
guess it would be too mature for her to handle that. So from your end, how could you reach to a younger demographic when it comes to this particular topic?
So what we've been doing several times and for the future as well is that we are visiting public schools or just foundations, orphans who are in the age of maybe 5 to 10 years old. So exactly like you said, they don't really know what mental health is. So by communicating, read self-help books or read this and that, it won't really make an impact, right? So what we do is we teach them the importance of being positive because if you balance more of positivity, so happy thoughts rather than the sad thoughts, you just make sure you block anything sad or negative, then that's the main key. That's really how I overcame any mental health obstacle. It's just focusing more on, yeah, the happy thoughts, clearing a space in your mind, and whenever something bad pops up, you just push it away. And I feel like that's the simplest way to explain to anybody, not just children, on how to overcome depression. It's truly about controlling your mind and just focusing. If there's anything bad that happens, push it away, focus on the happiness, make your own happy moments, listen to happy music, just focus more on positivity. Yes.
That is so true. That is so true. So when we talk about positivity, how would you encourage people on the other side, those people who would like to help fellow people about this problem?
In what sense? Sorry.
In the sense of, let's say, um, let's face it, that depression isn't a solitary illness because it affects loved ones as well, right? So, do you have any advice to those who want to support and help but doesn't want to how?
I would say it's just to be patient, to educate yourself on what mental health is and what category your associate, your colleague, your family, your friend might be going through. Because definitely you have to be gentle on this topic. Nobody wants to be burdened with the titles of being depressed or being anxious or having any disease. And I think this is a stigma that we have to break as well. So the more we talk about it, the more we're open about it. I definitely feel like as a Gen Z, we're definitely more open about it. We joke about it even sometimes. So, yeah, I feel like if you're trying to help someone, educate yourself on it first and then communicate with them gently, and definitely patience because nobody can change their minds, change their mental health overnight. So it definitely comes down to being patient, listening to them, and just offering a shoulder to cry on, a hug, just being there for them.
That is so true. Great advice. As much as I'm enjoying this interview, I can't believe it. We've been almost talking for 30 minutes now.
Yeah,
So I have
it
to
doesn't
wrap
feel
this
that way.
up. So yeah, so coming from what you said, I advocate for kindness, patience. So would you also advocate for the same thing when it comes to your preparation for Miss Universe, knowing that a lot of pageant fans are watching us right now, tuned in, like how are you gonna prepare for Miss
Yeah.
Universe? Like How many gowns will you be bringing? Any hints and teaser on what they might expect from you in Mexico soon?
Well, definitely, I would say that I have a very large team working on this. I have a lot of stylists, I have a lot of beauty directors, I have a national director. I have so many people behind my back truly wishing and hoping the best for me. So by having so many people supporting my journey right now, I would say that we have a lot to show in terms of training. We have several coaches. Definitely daily, we have schedules packed. Even though it's draining, it's exciting. And yeah, I would say that in terms of, yeah, national costume, you should be excited for that one. We're trying something new this year. So,
Something
1 month
new.
away, prepared, yes.
I feel like as a social media manager, you already have a plan how to engage your fans and all of us, media, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that by having my own brand and by being a somewhat micro influencer prior to the pageant, yeah, I would say that I understand how to communicate with people.
Yeah, because look at you right now. I'm really I didn't say this to you at first when I first saw you here on the live interview, but you look so different with straight hair and black straight hair. Because when I saw you during your audition video, you look completely different then. But then I
Yeah.
feel like wow, I'm seeing a different person. It looks good on you. So keep that look for
Thank
Miss
you so
Universe for
much.
one of
Yeah.
those events.
I just came
Yeah.
back from Europe back then, so I had blonde hair. I was still in the summer vibes, but yeah, this is my natural hair color. I'm back to my roots, and I do feel like it aligns with carrying this title. I feel like I represent Indonesia. So if I can bring this to the global stage, if I can show, hey, this is what Indonesia can look like, then I'm more than proud. And this was all thanks to the feedback from the pageant lovers. I truly listened to them in terms of my hairstyle, my hair color, my makeup, what colors complement me. I do listen to their feedback. So for those who support me in the very genuine and calm and mature way, thank you so much. I definitely listen to all of your comments and your feedback.
You know, you have so many fans. You just don't know about it. And I just want to tease you a bit. I just want to tease you a bit. We're down to my last two questions. Don't worry.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
you have a huge fan base, and let's face it. I don't know if you're keeping tabs with everything Miss Universe is updating us with everything Miss Universe is updating us with all its new information about the upcoming edition. There's a fan voting. There's a continental selection. There will be continental selection, which will be announced at the end of the preliminary. If it were up to you, how would you like to get in the top 30? Based on your merit, based on your own merit, or through the fan vote?
Well, to be frank, I would say that I think throughout this competition in Indonesia as well, I was definitely something what people here call the dark horse. So a lot of people definitely had their other favorites. But in the end, when it comes to my own skills, my own accomplishments, and once again, my genuinity, I definitely feel like that would be my biggest strength. So if I, by time throughout this 1 month, can gain more fans, more supporters, I will be more than grateful. However, definitely I will keep working to be my best on my own terms. I will keep training my catwalk, my public speaking, my stage presence, my expressions. I know there's a lot to work on, so I can't leave it up to just the supporters to be hyping me up. I have to work on this myself. Yes.
Wow, what a sensible answer that you have. So as my last question, I hate to end this now. I've been
Oh,
enjoying our interview, but I know
lovely.
you gotta go. So, for all the
Yes.
fans out there listening to us, to tease us, whet our excitement as early as now, make us more excited about your candidacy soon. Why should you be the next Miss Universe?
I would say why I should be the next Miss Universe would be that number one, I have a message, I have a voice to share with the world. As you can see, I love talking, I love storytelling since I was a child. So many girls, even though I'm quite young, I'm 22, so many girls look up to me. And I definitely believe that I can make an impact, not just in Indonesia or Asia, but on a global scale. So if I'm given this opportunity, I will be more than grateful. I will definitely try my hardest to empower, to create change throughout the mental health community, throughout the female community, and just in general to make the world a better place. But also because I believe that I'm one of the candidates who's definitely transformed in such a short span of time. I definitely show resilience and strength and dedication to try my best. So I would say that I'm definitely that wild poker card that people don't expect. So let's see how it'll be in Mexico.
You sound so spontaneous. That's what I love about you. You don't give canned answers. It always comes from the heart. So thank you so much. I wish you luck and I can't wait to see you in Mexico.
Thank you
Oh my gosh, I wish
so
I'll
much.
just ask you in private when you are arriving in Mexico.
Okay, well, we'll do a one-on-one, yes.
Yeah. So last question, can you just do us all one favor for all your fans out there? Can you introduce yourself and your country a la Miss Universe way? Like Clara Shah, 24,
Okay.
Indonesia.
Okay. Actually, whoever's watching this, you can let me know what you guys prefer. Should it be Clarisha, Indonesia, or Clara Shafira, Indonesia? Let me know on that because that's something we're still working on. We're trying to decide. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, those are the two options. So maybe we can wait a few, maybe our next call session will do a final
Mm,
introduction. So, yeah, we're still trying to find out the right intonations. Yeah, please comment down below what you guys prefer. Thank you.
you're so clever. Huh? I'm telling you that. You're the first contestant who evaded that question cleverly. So many girls that I've interviewed for the past 4 years. But yeah, work on that.
Yes,
And I hope that by the next time I see you, you must have already picked.
exactly.
Your
I'm
strat-
very genuine. We're very indecisive on
yeah,
which to pick. It's very important. So yeah,
more,
thank you.
more like being strategic as early as now without showing to everyone what shall we stop.
No,
So, but
no.
anyway, as much as I'm loving this
Thank you so much.
conversation, I feel like I'm overextending my welcome. Many thanks to Miss Fella of the Miss Universe
Yes, thank
Indonesia
you,
organization.
Bella.
I hope to meet them soon in Mexico, and to Sash Factor for allowing me to pull off this interview. Miss Clara,
It's
thank you
been
so much for
Thank you
rendering your
so much,
time and
Adam. Thank you
effort
so much. I hope we
increasing
meet
this interview.
again via online or real life. I can't wait to interact again. And thank you everyone for watching and commenting. We appreciate it.
Get ready for me once you arrive in Mexico. I'll hunt you with I'll chase you
Oh
down.
no.
No, just kidding. But thank you so much.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
you had
much.
fun with this interview.
Thank you.
God
I loved
bless you.
it. I loved it. Great questions. I really loved it. I wish you a very nice day.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless you, and flying kisses all the way from Manila right now.
This
Bye.
is from Jakarta. Bye bye.
More there you go, guys. I hope you had fun tuning in with my live interview with Miss Clara Shaw, Miss Universe